know what else is stigmatized? Teen pregnancy, menstruation, the word uterus, women's shoulders, if you're familiar with school dress codes. Heartbeat bills aren't about protecting life, they are about promoting shame. They're about sending a message loud and clear to women and girls and anyone with a uterus that our bodies are shameful. That they exist to serve others, to score political points, to cave under retrogressive agendas. That our bodies do not belong to us. My name is Olivia, I'm 18 years old, and as a girl who has a body and is alive in the world, I can tell you that just about anything a girl or woman does will be shamed in some capacity. And I mean anything. I mean, we've all heard the jokes about teenage girls and pumpkin spice lattes, right? Oh, gotcha, my bad. If you have a bra strap showing, it's weird. If we don't wear a bra, it's inappropriate. If we wear tight, revealing clothes, it's an invitation to be sexually harassed. If we wear modest clothes, it's, surprise, actually still an invitation. Just don't have a body or leave your house ever. It's not that hard. We are sexualized by strangers, by classmates, by adults who are supposed to protect us, and often we are sexualized for the purpose of teaching us that our sexuality is wrong. There are prejudices around our choices, our interests. Even just having a functioning body is stigmatized. Stretch marks and body fat are supposed to be kept hidden. If you take a tampon with you to the bathroom, you have to hide it in your sleeve or your bag. I mean, people can't know you have a uterus. Menstrual supplies are kept locked in public bathrooms. Menstrual information is hurriedly taught in one very unfortunate day in middle school health class. So when we get to an issue like abortion, it's not like the game changes. Judging a pregnant person's choices, revoking their bodily autonomy, it doesn't promote justice. It just adds more shame. Occasionally, I've been lucky enough to participate in class discussions about abortion. And whenever I hear a pro-choice argument, it is almost always followed up with something along the lines of, oh, but I would never get an abortion. Or not that I would do something like that. Even in hypothetical situations, we are forced to water down our choices to make other people comfortable. As girls, as women, as people with a uterus, we are taught that our autonomy is conditional. Sure, we should have the right to choose, as long as that choice aligns with our legislators, as long as we would never actually exercise that right in real life, as long as our pregnancy threatens our life or is a result of rape. Our right to choose currently depends on the state we live in. Statistics show it depends on the color of our skin, on how much money we make. This has to end. Our autonomy should not be conditional. Yes, there are many people who would never choose to have an abortion. There are many people who would choose to never have an abortion, and that is completely valid. For some people, abortion is an incredibly difficult and emotional thing, and that is valid. And for some people, abortion is simply a necessary medical process, and that is valid too. I learned a statistic recently. 1 in 4 people with a uterus will have an abortion by the time they are 45 years old. 1 in 4. We hear about abortion as something terrifying and shameful. From the grainy videos posted on pro-life websites to those horribly garish billboards on the side of the highway, abortion is supposed to be something evil and tragic and mysterious that happens to other people in other lives, but it is not. It is healthcare, and it is a right, and it is something that almost 25% of people with a uterus will choose to have by the time we reach middle age. I am sick of having to sugarcoat my choices and beliefs. I am sick of cisgender men DMing me on Instagram demanding that I justify my stance on an issue they will never have to deal with.
Right? Yes. What the hell?
I am sick of feeling like I have to follow up any pro-choice arguments with the reassurance that, oh, I personally would never get an abortion because I don't know if I would or not. I've never been in a situation where I would have to make that choice. But I do know that if I were to be in this situation, I have the right to do what is best for my life and my body. I know that I'm terrified because for many people that right is currently being infringed upon, especially people of color and people in poverty. I am terrified because despite all the progress that has been made for women in America, my generation is still having to grow up in a country that wants our autonomy revoked. We are growing up as witnesses to the erosion of our constitutional rights, of our most basic freedoms and privacy. We deserve better.
Yes.
furious. I am furious that our bodies and choices are cloaked in so many layers of shame. I am furious at the hypocrisy of our so-called representatives. I am furious that they claim to support freedom to protect life, but only act on such claims when it benefits their pockets and their prejudiced agendas. Because the same people calling to end abortion are the ones calling to end and defund sex education in schools. No, I'm not sure about the rest of you, but for me, sex education was a brief unit in a one-semester health class in middle school where we made pamphlets on genital warts and talked about abstinence. Yeah, if we want to reduce abortions, taking away sex ed is the last thing we need. The same people calling to end abortion are the ones shaming women and girls for using birth control. From a lack of information to harmful side effects to damaging stigmas, various forms of birth control are already fairly inaccessible, and honestly, so is women's health care in general. The same people calling to end abortion are the ones for whom safe abortions will always be accessible. Because let's be honest, abortion will be an evil, abhorrent thing until it is their wives or their daughters or themselves or their mistresses that need one, and then it is a completely different story. If these legislators truly believe they are protecting life, then they wouldn't be making birth control inaccessible or taking away sex ed in schools or defunding Planned Parenthood. They wouldn't be centering this bill around lawsuits. They wouldn't be placing bounties on doctors and clinic escorts. Doesn't that cheapen the value of life? Wouldn't that money be better spent on childcare or healthcare or ensuring safe pregnancies? Is life not sacred when it belongs to a woman trying to make her own decision? If these legislators truly believe they are protecting life, they wouldn't even consider bills like this. They wouldn't be making decisions about bodies that aren't their own. I'm furious. My heart goes out to the people struggling for their safety because of these bills. I know there are women here today who have been fighting for reproductive justice since before I was born. And I know there are girls here today who, just like me, are beginning to join the fight. And I know that every single one of you here today is willing to stand up for our right to choose. So to everyone here today, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for refusing to be silent on matters of injustice. Thank you for showing me that there is hope. We are united in our anger, but also in our perseverance and our passion. We choose empowerment, not shame, solidarity, not prejudice, hope, not fear. We deserve to feel comfortable in our own bodies. We deserve to be able to advocate for our own choices. We deserve to live, to grow up in a world that does not try to revoke our autonomy, does not try to shame us for our boundaries, does not try to make us feel small and powerless in our own skin. Yes. Our bodies belong to us. Our decisions belong to us. And we will continue to fight for reproductive justice until statements like abortion is healthcare and my body, my choice aren't considered radical ideas, but a protected, undeniable reality. Thank you.
Yeah.